name is Destiny Hurst, and this is my game concept, Pan. My game concept, Pan, tells a story of fighting for what you want and working together through an RPG-style game. The demographic for this concept is young teenagers to early adults, but really can be enjoyed by any age. The game is set in a fantasy forest with various creatures living in it. Despite the setting, it was far from peaceful. For years, Hook has been searching all of Neverland for Pan, the one that made him lose his hand and is the only thing stopping him from taking over Neverland. For years, he'd sworn he'd find Pan, and now was the time. He's built a giant ship with thousands of robots and is tearing Neverland apart to find him. Pan had gone into hiding, but it was only a matter of time before Hook would find him. He needed to put an end to Hook's destruction before Neverland was no more. Some functions and mechanics in the game are: the fighting is action-based. Your beasts fight against the enemies, but you can use Pan to send boosts and power-ups to your animals. There's a growth function in the game. The more you play with one beast, the more they grow. There's even a chance of evolution. There are many quests you can find around Neverland. Some might lead to various items you can use on beasts, storyline items, or even new creatures. For my design process, I made the forest very natural with fantasy elements throughout. I wanted to show a very natural, untouched world, a stark contrast of what Hook wants with Neverland. Here I made a concept of Pan and other forest dwellers' homes. It's a good way to show the setting. Pan's design was inspired off of real-life subjects such as goats and the traditional Czech, Hungarian, and Ukrainian clothing. I wanted him to really sell the look of fantasy, and the embroidery and textiles of his clothes give a more welcoming look. For Hook's design, I wanted him to be an exact opposite to Pan. He is more complex, with monotone colors and an industrial feel to him. I wanted him to have a sort of disconnect with the world itself. Hook's ship and robots are very mechanical. I took a lot of inspiration from aquatic motifs and shark mouth planes of World War II. In order to keep the mechanics in the game setting, I gave them more of a diesel punk aesthetic. This piece is an establishing shot, Hook's ship coming into Neverland. You can see Pan on the side, hiding away as the ship stops nearby. This was an illustration of Pan. I wanted to find a good way to introduce his character in the world and an interesting way to introduce another creature in the game, the Forest Guardian. This is one of the beast evolutions previously mentioned. It can be tamed and used for combat.